we're going to be editing our ghost long shutter speed images. So first you want to open Photoshop. Then I'm going to go File, Open, maybe. Mine is still on this. I don't know whose images are on here. I just took a bunch. I don't think that's mine. Sorry, I'm more prepared than this. Oh, there. Okay. So I am going to open this one. All right. I want to rotate it. No. I want to rotate it so it will fit in there. And open this. Now I'm in the crop mode right now. That's why this is doing this. The crop is over here. If you want to crop your image, get a little bit closer. This is the way to do it. Now I want mine to be very symmetrical, so I'm going to bring this edge in a little bit. All right, I like that. I don't think I want as much of my body over here. I would like you keep your ratio 5:7 because we can print them that way. And I just made it smaller, so I'm going to go back. Oh, I automatically opened and crop, but that's fine. Okay, so this is my image. I'm cropped it the way I want, so I'm going to press return. All right, that's what I want it to look like. So I like my image as is, but I want you to turn your images in as Photoshop files. So I'm going to get off of the crop just so I don't accidentally click on it. I want you to look at these adjustment layers up here. If you're in libraries, click on adjustments. You can adjust your brightness and your contrast, which we will do. That's the second thing we'll do. Create new levels and adjustment layers, curves, exposure layer, vibrance adjustment layer. We're not going to use any of those right now, but I just want you to kind of go through and see what your options are when we do a little bit more complex editing. For right now, I'm going to convert it to black and white. Okay, see how that made a new layer mask here with a black and white layer on it. You can play around with these. Look, if I put more red in there, look how creepy that is. So you can decide what you like. I might want a little bit more red in mine. I like that. It adds a little bit more contrast to it. The blue kind of does the same thing. So you can play with what you like in your picture, ever so subtly. See, like when I turn the blue all the way up, the background goes away. This adds a little bit more black tones to mine. So I like that. I like that you can see the veins in my hands. If I add that yellow up a little bit, it kind of balances that out. I don't want to do it too much. I still want to be able to see my image there. So for now, I like that. So I'm going to put that over here. And then I would like you to go back and do a brightness and contrast. Okay, so your brightness, I want my brightness up a little bit, and I want my contrast up quite a bit, actually. I like to play with the brightness and the contrast. That'll really make it look super ghosty. All right, that's really, really creepy, but I really, really like it. So you just play with these. I want you to have a range of midtones, which means that like in my hair, there's a full range of midtones. I have black blacks and I have white whites through here. I might add up the brightness just a little bit to make sure I have a nice bright white somewhere. So when I go to print it, I will have a full range of gray values for myself, okay? That's really all that you need to do. So you're gonna have an adjustment layer for brightness and contrast and for black and white. When you're done with all of them, you can go to Merge Visible. You can also flatten it. And then I'm going to have you save as a JPEG. So save as. I don't want that file name, so I'm going to put Ghost Pers 1 because you have 3 images. I don't want to save it. Look, it wants me to save it to my card. Make sure that when you save it, you don't save it to the card. I think people have been having that problem. Make sure you save it to your documents or your desktop. I'm going to put mine on my desktop, but you should probably put yours in your documents since you might not be on the same computer every day. I'm saving it as a JPEG, so not as a Photoshop document, but as a JPEG. I want to keep the embedded color profile, keep it as a maximum, and then you have that there ready to turn in. Okay, so make sure again that your photo, when you crop it, is 5:7. It can be 5:7 either way, and that you have a black and white layer, and that you have a brightness and contrast layer. So you should have done both of those things, and then you flatten it or merge all the layers, and then you save it as a JPEG image to turn in on Classroom. Again, you should have 3 of them that you are turning in. So when you go to Classroom, open up the assignment, go to Add, File, and then add each file separately. Okay, the rubric is on the back of the handouts. I will also put that handout in Classroom so you can see it before you turn them in. I would like you to assess yourself on the rubric as well so that you can make sure that you are turning in quality images. All right, that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.